What's up, YouTube? Samuel here. Another day of life, another week of this challenge me and Eddie got going. So, what I want to talk about today is form. So, I've golfed with my cousin Eddie twice so far, and what I realized is that the first time I golfed with him, my form was terrible. And I was terrible. I didn't practice. I wasn't hitting right, and Eddie would tell you this, that I couldn't drive, couldn't use any of my tools. So what I did was, let me see here. What I did was I went outside, I went to my backyard like I am doing right now. I got my clubs, got a tee, teed up in the air, no ball, and worked on my stance, swung. Again, work on my stance, swung. So then I got my favorite utility, iron, and I did the same thing, got it? Except I didn't use a tee. Worked on my form, straight. And how low. I worked on everything that had to pertain to it too. I worked on the level that I would be swinging at, the way that it would have to trim the ground a little bit, and I worked on every single one, minus the putter, which I'm pretty good at. I'm always pretty good at putting. I'm pretty consistent with it. So I used my P wedge, and I came out here, and all I did was I just swung the club, worked on my form, and I believe that's the way it is in life. I believe that what we need to do is, if we want to have good form, we want to do good things in life, we want to build something big, we need to work on our iron's going to be our strength, and our mental conditioning. It's going to be the way we can endure during the tough times, the way we can push through our adversary, the way we could just swing through it with power and accuracy to hit our goals. Because everybody knows that it takes a lot of power and it takes a lot of strength to get through certain things and overcome challenges. Now, once you do that, once you get to 300 yards, 200 yards out the green, out of the you get 200 yards out of the fairway. Now you gotta think about a shorter range, but you gotta think about accuracy still. You can't use your driver all the time. You need to use something called an iron. You need to use, and depending on how far you are, you got curvature on all of them and numbers telling you how many yards each tool is for. So I'm not going to use a putter to hit when I'm 100 yards away. I'm not going to use a P wedge to hit when I'm 100 yards out. No, 150 yards out, I'm probably going to use my utility, which is one of my favorite ones. And I'm not going to hit this off the green and off the tee either. I'm going to probably use this one, my driver. So every club has a specific purpose, and that's the way it is in life. Maybe one day we might need to use our skill, we might need to use our tenacity, we might need to use our patience, we might need to use any given tool. So the thing is, there's some people who are really good at hitting off the tee. They're called long range competitors, what they do is all they do is hit with power. They hit with the power, and they're not going to be pros. Where's the money at? It's with the guys who could putt, who could use all the tools. But there's some people who could hit 400 yards on a drive, but when it comes to their overall game, they can't use their putter, they can't use their P wedge, and all of that goes to say that in life, if you can only do one thing and you can't use all of your resources or all of your skills and you put them together and to achieve something great, you're only going to have one part of the puzzle now, or one part of the skill. Now, those guys, they get paid a small fraction of what pros get paid. Why? Because the pros, they may not be able to hit as hard off the tee, but their overall game is just refined to the point where it doesn't matter how hard a person can hit. You could get 100 yards on them, they're going to come back and beat you because they know how to putt. And that's the thing, when I was playing with Eddie, he'll tell you, you need to be good at everything. There's no space for error, and that's why golf is such a tough sport, because you mess up on the hit, you're going to get the ball going 50 yards to the right or left. And it's so funny, it's so sad. Or you're going to like pretend you're swinging and you're going to tap the ball a little bit. It's very sad and it's very embarrassing. So you need to know what you're hitting and you need to know how to hit. So that's the way it is in life. If you want to be skilled and you want to be fulfill your purpose in whatever you want to achieve, you're going to need to practice. You're going to need to work on your form. You're going to need to know your tools. And let's get into it. Let's hit something. I really want to hit something. Oh, I'm blessed. My nieces, nephews, got some toys right here. Let's see how we do. Okay, we got a blue ball. See what we can do. See the damage. So, stance. Form. Elbow straight. Back straight. Tilt back. Ooh, that was raw power. That would have been a really nice hit. I was impressed with all my hits. But you know what? It's not always like that. But it is always like that if you practice. If you work on your form. If you work on your control. Just work at it. Boom. I was very proud. I was impressed with my pitch wedge. I was very impressed with that. I was doing really well with that. So yeah, with that being said, take care, God bless. Let's work on our form. Let's be pros at whatever we set out to do, because that's what we can do. It's just it's up to us to practice, and it's up to us to work on our form. And be resourceful. Use all your resources, everything that you've been given, and know how to use it. Everything. Take care. God bless. See you next week. Boom. Let's start.
Dude, I'm about to get a freaking.
So to anybody watching this, man, we learn through your trials and errors. We all suck at times, and we all just keep going, keep growing, keep improving, and it's so much fun. Eddie, can't wait to see you on the course again. It's always a great time, bro. Let's do it. Let's keep going.